Big old breaking news in Pokemon TCG Pocket today. Shinies are coming to the game? What? And then what's this also here on the horizon? Ranked battles? What's going on? Everybody stay calm. Welcome back to TriBit Council for yet another installment of TCG PNN. Our top story today, we've been absolutely bamboozled by yet another Pokemon card expansion just weeks after Triumphant Light released in early March, late February, what was it? With these new releases being so close together, I've seen plenty of memes around of people basically holding up their wallets and shaking them upside down saying, I have no pack hourglasses, I was not prepared for this. It came as a surprise to me as well. There's some huge changes coming in what I really wouldn't expect to be included in such a small update, but here we are. Shining Revelry, which is this new set that's coming out, is introducing a whole new rarity of cards in the form of shiny cards. For anyone who's not aware, because maybe you just got into the TCG space with Pokemon Pocket, shiny Pokemon are basically the same as regular Pokemon, except their colors are swapped, and so they're a lot rarer. Shiny Pokemon have been in the game since Generation 2, and since then have been highly sought after, with the highest echelon of collectors being the ones going through all these rigorous tasks to try and farm them or slightly increase their chances of finding them. Suffice it to say, shinies are super cool, and it's really exciting that they're coming to TCG Pocket. So since this is going to be such a big update, let's break down some of the main points and get a first look at some of the new cards. Before any actual details about the new features, I'll let you know that Thursday, March 27th is going to be the rollout date for all of this stuff, so whatever you need to do, start stockpiling, get yourself hype. Until then, go for it. But getting into what's actually coming out, first thing I want to go over is the new rarity type for cards. So the shiny rarity emblem looks like this. It's not a star or a crown or even a diamond. It's a whole new thing entirely. And then I've seen some of the other cards. Not all of the cards in this pack are going to be shiny. There's just shinies available in it. So how rare are shiny cards? From the looks of it, they're going to be kind of on the same level as stars. Doesn't look like they've quite reached that level of crowns where you get like the gold cards are extremely hard to come by, but they're definitely above diamond, and it seems like they're kind of comparable to the stars because they've got one shiny rarity. You know what, I'm just going to call them shiny hexes, so just to not confuse the terminology. So we got one shiny hex cards and two shiny hex cards, similar to 1-star and 2-star. And if you're wondering what the difference is and what those look like, we can get into some of the card spoilers now. This is where I'm going to give my fair warning. I know the update's coming out very soon and most people probably want to see this, but in case you are trying to avoid spoilers and you want to see all the cards firsthand yourself, I'm going to get into the cards now, what have been spoiled or leaked or shown to us so far. So you can skip ahead if that's not your forte, but let's look at these cards. First of all, we've got Charizard EX, and we've got the regular version and the shiny version of him at the same time. This is also the first example of our two shiny hex cards. You can see that it's very glittery, it's kind of similar to a full art, and it's got that really nice shiny look to it. Moving right along, we've got Lucario EX, which is regular and has his two shiny hex variant. Another very cool card. I know just like Charizard, Lucario is very popular, and this is the last of the leaked or spoiled two shiny hexed cards. I anticipate there will probably be a couple more than just the two that are shown, but so far that's all we've got in terms of the two shiny hex cards. Next, Pachirisu, which also has a regular variant and a one shiny hex variant. I thought this was interesting. I'm not entirely sure if every card in this set will have a shiny variant. I'm guessing probably not, but it'll be interesting to see which ones do and which ones don't, because apart from Pachirisu, we have Wiglet and Varoom, which I can only show you the shiny hex version of those cards. The other ones haven't been shown yet, but this is interesting. It's kind of giving us an idea of what the shiny hex means in terms of its rarity. I mean, we've got cards that are shiny hex rarity, but aren't full art or illustration rare in any sort of way, whereas 1-star cards at the very least will always be an illustration rare. So I thought that was really interesting. I'll both be interested to see what shiny cards come out and also how rare they actually are. For the rest of the cards that have been shown, I'm going to kind of work us down the list in terms of rarity. So we've got Tatsuguri next. He's the only 1-star that was shown. After Tatsuguri, I'll get into the trainers, which we've got Red and Iono. I know these two trainers aren't inherently rare, but Red has a full art version of himself that has also been shown so far, which looks awesome, by the way. So glad we have red and blue finally. I imagine Iono and other trainers that come with this set will also have full arts of themselves. It's just we haven't been shown it yet. Next up, we have 9, count them, 9 EX cards coming out with this set, with Tinkaton EX, Charizard EX, Giratina EX, Pikachu EX, Wugtrio EX, Lucario EX, Clodsire EX, Beedrill EX, Beedrill EX. That's a lot. That's a mouthful. I apologize that the quality of some of the cards might not be perfect. These are all kind of leaky, shown in trailers, snapshots. Obviously, the set isn't out yet, so they're not the best quality. But you should still be able to read most of them and get kind of an idea of what these cards will do, and at the very least, see what the art looks like. Pikachu EX, especially, I think looks awesome. Charizard EX, I think, was a slight improvement from the last Charizard EX card. Then last but not least, the stragglers that we've also been shown. We've got Pinsir, which we've seen, I think, as part of the trailer, and then Sprigatito, which I thought was interesting. Are we getting new starters with this set? I have no idea. It seems like something that they should be releasing with a bigger announced set, not just an expansion. So that's all the cards we've been shown so far. It's looking decent in terms of what they picked out. Obviously, the shinies are really exciting, but Varoom and Wiglet, are those the ones I'm most excited for getting a shiny version of? I don't know about that. Charizard and Lucario are obviously very good, but it'll be interesting to see how good the set turns out and which cards they decided to make shiny. Even though there's no more cards to show you, before I move on completely past Shining Revelry, I'll bring up a few more things. So first off, I'll reiterate that we don't know how many shinies there are going to be in this set, and with that, you might be thinking, well, this is going to be a relatively small set then. I mean, we've got shinies doubling up like Pachirisu and Shiny Pachirisu, and then also it's just been a very quick turnaround for when this pack has been coming out. As much as it might be nice for the people who don't have many hourglasses saved up to have a smaller pack, we've got 110 cards in this pack, which is pretty big compared to the other packs that we've seen so far. So unfortunately or fortunately, this is going to be a bigger expansion probably compared to the other ones that we've seen. It does come in a single booster pack. I kind of prefer that. I think I mentioned that before, but Triumphant Light being singular and also Shining Revelry being singular, it'll be a lot easier to get all the things you're looking for. You won't have to be like, oh, well, I have to open a Palkia pack because the Dialga pack isn't carrying the card I need. So there won't be any pack picking headache, just like with all the other expansions. But while we're on the topic of Triumphant Light, keep in mind that those will be probably available for trade pretty soon. Space-Time Smackdown was available for trade right when Triumphant Light dropped, so I imagine we're going to be able to trade all of those cards relatively soon, or right when this pack drops. Last but not least, I wanted to point out that around April 1st in the shops, there should be this new cover binder that's depicting shiny Charizard art. This looks incredible. I'm definitely really excited to grab this particular cover binder, and shiny Charizard is popular for a reason, I guess. It's just super cool. All right, we're done with Shining Revelry. That's about all we can squeeze out of trailers and other announcements. But before you go, I did mention in the beginning that Pokemon Ranked will also be coming very soon to TCG Pocket. They've been pretty quiet about the Ranked mode since announcing it way back when. All we've known is that it was coming towards the end of March. Some info I can give you on it now includes this little graphic that they've released, including the different tiers or ranks that you'll be able to achieve. You start out with nothing, and then you work your way up from a Pokeball to a Great Ball, Ultra Ball, and then eventually a Master Ball. We also know that the first ranked season will run from March 28th to April 27th, so about a month-long session to get your rank up. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about the month-long season. It seems a little short to me, but I don't know, maybe because it's a mobile game and these battles go quick, it'll be just fine. But overall, this is exciting. Up until now, it's been very casual. There's only been one little selection you can make in terms of determining the difficulty of your match, and it's just saying you're a beginner or not a beginner. And honestly, I haven't seen a huge difference between the two. I imagine now, rather than just hoping people are not lying about whether they're choosing beginner or not beginner, there'll be an ELO system included in the game that'll actually help matchmake and determine who you should be fighting against. So that'll be interesting to see how ELO changes battling in general. One thing is for certain though, with ranked battles and Shining Revelry being released so close to one another, this is going to be as close to the Wild West of battling as we could possibly get. Even though the battle changes might not be as extreme as Triumphant Lights was with Pokemon Lynx and, Arceus and other Pokemon working in tandem, there's still the potential for some of these cards to be meta breaking and change up how decks are built as a whole. So whether that makes it easier to climb the ranks because people just don't know what they're doing, or whether it makes it harder because maybe you're the one that doesn't know what they're doing, it'll certainly be interesting to see. Given the uncertainty and the fact that this is Pocket news, would we be interested in seeing battle decks and then also examples of how those battle decks are used? I've been considering making short videos with one battle deck focused per video, just to kind of showcase a specific deck build from the meta and give you an idea of how to use it. That way you're doing the best you can when it comes to completing these ranked battles. So let me me know if that's something we'd be interested in down in the comments, but other than that, I think we can motion to end things here. All those opposed, click through. We've got plenty of other Pokemon TCG Pocket content, and then all those in favor, you can just hit subscribe. That way, either way, you can catch us in the next one, and you can make sure that you don't miss out on the next installment of TCG PNN. Thanks, guys. See you in the next one, and good luck with this new update.